Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. And in this video we are going to be continuing on with our C# tutorial series. And in this tutorial we're going to take a look at using format specifiers in the ToString method to format numbers as strings. So let's say, for example, you need to convert a decimal to a string representation of a currency amount for like an invoice or something. That's where these format specifiers can come in. Today, I'm going to show you 3 of them. I'm going to show you the scientific notation. I'm going to show you the number format specifier and the currency format specifier. There are some others, for example, for hexadecimal, for octal, for percentages and stuff like that. But I'm having issues with the percent on my machine, so that's why I'm not showing it to you. Otherwise, I would show that one to you instead of the scientific notation. But yeah, so in your program CS, what I want you to do first off to begin what we're going to do is I need you to have some kind of integer and some kind of decimal, preferably an integer that has a lot of zeros. So something like int x equals 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. So something like int x equals 1 billion. Now I'm going to check my error log to make sure I'm not exceeding anything. Okay. Okay. So we should be okay. And then we need a decimal. It can be a double or a decimal or whatever. I'm gonna say double y equals math.pi. So we can now have pi. Right? Okay. And so now we are going to use the various format specifiers. Now, let's talk a little bit about how we're going to do this then. Well, we need to use what's called the ToString method, and this ToString method basically converts, say, an integer or a double or a decimal to a string representation of itself, and optionally you can provide a format specifier and options that may come with that specifier to format that string representation of that numeric value to your liking. So, for example, the number format specifier can accept how many decimal places you want it to show. We're not going to do that. You can read the documentation to see how to do that, but we're not going to do that in this video. We are only going to focus on the specifier itself, and that's it, because I want you guys to be able to go out, read the documentation, and experiment for yourselves to see what kind of results you can come up with. So, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to have a comment, number format specifier, and we're going to say console.writeLine, and inside of our console writeLine we're going to say x dot ToString, and in between the parentheses for the ToString method we need to provide the specifier. And those specifiers are within quotes, double quotes. And so the first one that we're gonna do is the number formatter, and that is the n, as a lowercase n for number. So the number format specifier is a lowercase n. If we save our code and run it using Control F5, there it is. You can see our 1 billion with its comma separators and all that stuff, as you would expect. And as you also saw, it had decimal places at the end. It will have a couple decimal places at the end by default, because again, we didn't specify explicitly that we wanted no decimal places. So keep that in mind. If you don't specify, in this case, it will give you some decimal places. Next, we are going to take a look at the currency format specifier. So comment currency format specifier. Okay. Excuse me. So now, if we want to if we want to format our double up there to a currency, we can say console.writeLine. Inside of there, we can say y.ToString. And then inside of the parentheses for ToString, we can say quotes and have a C. The lowercase c is for currency. And so now, if we go ahead and save it and run our code, you can see now we can see now that pi is converted to currency, and because it's formatted to currency, there's only 2 decimal places, or at least there should be only 2 decimal places. And you also see that because I'm in North America, in the United States, there is a $sign for U.S. currency. Now, if my memory serves, it should automatically use your local currency symbol for depending on where you are. However, I'm not 100% sure on that. That's why reading the documentation is important. And if it doesn't, there is a way for you to be able to provide which currency specifier it should use. Or rather, currency symbol, not specifier. But yeah, which currency symbol it should use, you can provide that if you need to. Okay. So next, what we're going to do go to the end of that. And so now what we're going to do next is the scientific notation format specifier. So we're going to do a comment scientific notation format specifier, like that. Okay? And so now, to do the scientific notation format specifier, this is going to be a lowercase e. So just like we did for the last two, we're going to do a console WriteLine x.ToString, and inside of the parentheses for ToString, we're going to have a double quotes, And in between those quotes, there's going to be a lowercase e. Just like that. Go ahead and save your code and run it. And there we go. We now have our 1 billion in scientific notation. And so those are the 3 different format specifiers that I'm going to show you in this video. But just for completeness sake, I'm going to talk a little bit about the percent format specifier. I'm not going to show it to you for the simple fact of, again, my machine is having issues with it for some reason. But if you want to format something as a percent, you would do the same thing that we have been doing with the 3 specifiers I showed you, and its symbol or specifier is a percent sign. So you need to use the percent sign it's either that or a P to show the percent, to show a percentage. I'm pretty sure it's a percent sign, but so yeah, that pretty much that'll convert it to a percentage. So thank you all so very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.